It is your boy Salim from Notorious Reactions back with another banger. And today, once again, we're going to be reviewing Corey Holcomb's content, specifically why money matters in relationships. And if you've noticed, there's a little bit of a trend. I like to cover comedian content and interviews because not only are they funny, but they tell the truth in a way that's, I guess, more palatable for the average individual in life. So without further ado, we're going to be covering the content. Let's go.
So when you took on Booney, when you did Booney on Black Jesus, did your mother feel like, what does she think?
Oh man, look, I done brought my mother to shows where, I'm just like on one with my material that's like real bogus.
Yeah.
And she don't like some of the stuff I say, but one thing about that money, when you give your parents some money, it brings a smile to their face a lot of times.
So many people have come up here and said that, like when there was some type of schism between them and them parents because of what they did. But then that first check or cash or bag, whatever you gave your parents,
man, you can get a lot done with money in America, man. In America, you can be with people that don't like you if you have money, and that's
true.
That's the situation with a lot of people who marry.
Oh wow, I'm dying.
Yo, that's so real. They don't want to get a divorce,
right?
Yeah.
Or I'll put it like this: a lot of times when you are trying to, especially men, when men are trying to get a woman that they feel looks the way a woman should look as they have money, it's not hard getting them if you got the money.
So all it takes is the money. You ain't got to have the looks, none of that.
You know how it go, man. I know dudes who are straight dirt bags, like bullies.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's a nice word, bully. Guys who do people dirty and everything. But they got that paper. So
a lot of people, the reason why the parents seem to be okay with whatever they're doing is because they actually have something that's concrete to bring to the table. That's not just dreams, like you've seen a lot of the times where like, okay, I brought a check home, I brought a car, I gave some money, because our parents are like used to the traditional path of making it in life, which is to go to school, get a job, and get a degree. So anytime you try to veer off the path of what's already established, you're gonna get some pushback. It's okay because they're conditioned that way. But if you can prove to them, that this is not just another pipe dream, that you're actually putting in the work, i.e., I'm bringing in the money, right? There's a physical component to my hustling, that they're going to be okay most of the time, right? And then there's the second point that Corey's he's making at the moment is like, for a lot of guys, in general, men and women, we have different barometers. Like I don't have to look as good as my woman so long as my economic power is up to par. And it's like also psychological. A lot of us are like, you know what, I don't see myself to her level right now because she looks better than I have money. Like her looks status wise are higher than my economic situations. So once you get the dough, man, you feel more comfortable, feel like you can get shorty, you know what I mean? And I think he's saying that a lot of girls are with guys that got the money, even though they're not, the nicest person. You know what I mean? And he was also like alluding a little earlier to the fact that a lot of people that are in marriages stay together not because they love one another or like one another, but because of the money. And to me, at least the way that I've always perceived it is marriages were first meant for economic reasons anyways, right? Look, I'm not just saying that you got to stay with somebody that you don't like, but there's more than just love to take into consideration after a while once you guys have been married, right? And
just saying they normally get who they want.
They got a fine-ass person on their side.
My homeboy, man, he's straight. Man, look, I put it like this. We used to shoot pool hall closed 2 a.m. You be outside talking. Man, we was out there talking all night. Then all of a sudden, the sun started coming up. So it started getting hot in the cars. We didn't know he had a girl in that car.
Oh,
and she was like, when we gonna leave? And we was like, man, you got that girl in that car that long? He said, I got that paper. She ain't going nowhere.
Damn.
I got that paper. I was like, wow.
That's your friend.
Corey
She didn't go nowhere.
Yo, this is what I want to do, man. Shit, I didn't even expect this conversation, but
I just keep it real.
You keep it 100. Corey Holcomb is here, and he's performing tonight at 7:30 and 10 p.m. at Caroline's. Tomorrow at 7:30 and 10 p.m.
I mean, he ain't lied. I got to talk about that. Like, yeah, a lot of girls would rather like deal with the BS that comes with a man that has a lot of money rather than to deal with a broke boy. Because look at the upside. There's nothing to be gained from dealing with a broke man because most of the time there's an exchange of value when it comes to relationships. So I understand that. You know what I mean?
p.m. and a Sunday at 7:30 p.m. I want to see if this is true to women.
Yeah.
I want to see how long I can leave a girl in the car.
Okay. You got the money. Hey, to the women right now, has money ever bought your attention? But you got to be honest about this.
Right.
The guy with money, he ain't the good guy. He ain't the guy you necessarily want, but the money bought your attention. 888-742-3345. Women. The question, Corey made a statement that, man, when you got the money, man, you could get anything, including women. And so women. Especially women.
Yes.
We know that.
Well, we got Lexi on the line from Florida. Lexi, good morning.
Lexi.
Good morning.
What you got to say to Corey?
I would say no, he needs to look good, because if you want something from me, I might need to deliver. And if you don't look good, I can't guarantee that it's going to be anything further.
Oh, so she went the substance route. Yeah.
Right.
You gotta look good.
And you don't got to look good.
You don't.
You don't got to look good. If you got that paper, I can tell. I hear struggle in her voice. There's poverty coming through these lines. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And I don't care how the dude look. If you got that bread, I'm telling you, man, you get them. You get, look, we ain't got to say.
Hey, man, I think she capping, but he's funny as hell. But it's true. I don't know why people act like this is something that's unheard of. We all know that. It doesn't matter whether it's like public perception or real life. Somebody's seen that. We've all seen a guy with a girl that looks better than he does, because the great equalizer is money for men. You know, and one thing that I want to add is like, it's kind of funny, but there needs, or at least I've observed that it's a good thing actually when there's like dependency when it comes to money from one party to another, specifically from the woman to the man. Not that she is abused, but we get together because we want to depend on one another for certain things. I have things that you want from me, and vice versa. That's not a bad thing, but he's funny as hell. Like there's a thing, called hypergamy, where it's called women date up, right? Economically speaking, like they look for somebody that has things that they inherently do not have. So I don't know why this is such like a topic to this day where people ask like, yeah, of course money can get you a long way with women. Not all women, but with most women. Yeah.
Say no famous couples, but
Oh my God.
everything is obvious. When you see it, you be like, okay, I see what happened there.
But it's what's behind it too. So sometimes money can represent security, and the fact that you can provide security can represent intelligence. You know what I mean?
Money make you handsome.
Sometimes
Biggie
not.
said that. Yeah, Big
Right.
said that.
Did he say that?
Big
Yeah.
said that, man.
For me, it depends on how like dependent you are on that money. If that's like your main source of swag,
Yeah.
and there's nothing else to you, but I'm not gonna act as if money isn't an asset.
Well, Lexi, he said he heard
Yeah,
struggle.
right.
No, she said something true. Like your money can't be your personality. I mean, it's a leg up. Is what it is, right? Like you stand out head and shoulders if you have it, but it's not going to be everything, because how many rich Sims do we know that still got taken to the cleaners because maybe they relied only on that, and because it's like a halo effect. At some point, it wears out, and when it wears out, if all you had is the money and no personality, no know-how on how to deal with women or people in general, then you're going to be taken to the cleaners and people won't respect you, right? And that's what, like, a lot of times when we look at advice being given on the internet, they're talking about, oh, focus on your bread, stack your bread up, wait till you're 35, you're going to make it. That's where you're the most valuable as a man. Is like, you cannot only rely on your money. You need to develop your personality. You need to get like some flavor to yourself if you want to stand a chance in these dating streets. You dig?
Yeah, sure.
Lexi.
I know a lot of fucked up niggas with money.
Lexi, he said he heard struggle in your voice. Is that true?
No, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Lexi, tell her what you do, girl.
What's your occupation?
Finish him.
I'm a clinical supervisor. And on my
What's she
first
say?
day, I'm on vacation.
A clinical
Right.
supervisor who's on vacation.
Right, because she can afford to do that.
She got
Right,
fired.
she the manager at the CVS makeup stand. I mean, come on, man. Everybody who got them jobs that you got to be like, what is that too?
Exactly. You talking about a freaking title that sounds complicated for no reason. Like, yo, so I've always been making fun of my mother for that. She works as a librarian, right? And in French, like, the translation of that is a documentalist. Don't that shit sound good? All this loud talk, complicated wording just to say a librarian. Shit funny as hell.
Yeah.
Ain't no money in there.
Hey, Lex, you're a citizen. You're a citizen. Hold up. Let's go to let me see. Let's go to Charlotte.
Y'all gonna make me go down there to Florida and get her.
Okay, Toya is from Charlotte. Does money matter or not, Toya?
No, it does not. I'm gonna tell you why it does not matter to me, because I am a business owner. I'm not gonna say I'm successful, but I have guys coming up to me that try to throw money. Like, I have a coworker right now, another contractor that's coming at me every day, like, oh, do you need this, do you need that? No, sir. I got my own money. I do the same damn thing.
You getting evicted right now?
I'm in working right now. I'm telling you right now.
You don't believe it, though, huh? Because so what if Toya? What if a guy who had no money approached you? Would you consider him?
Maybe.
That's why he's saying.
No.
Okay, one thing about, like, when you argue with a lot of women that I find is very aggravating is they don't, like, you know what happened right now? She just understood that her point was not logical, or that it doesn't make sense, because what Sway said was really logical, but she doesn't want to admit it. She says maybe. Look, you and I both know that you wouldn't have considered that man, but she got to be right. Shout out to Kevin.
So let me tell you something. No, let me tell you something. Okay, so I just recently got divorced, right?
Okay.
And when I met my ex-husband, like, he was making more money than me, but I wasn't with him for the money. It wasn't even that. And as soon as I started picking up business time, I have like 4 contracts with doing 4 totally different things, but it's all with Carrier. And as soon as I started making money, like, everything went downhill. So with that being said, I'd rather make my own and be by myself.
She just said she didn't need him no more.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's basically what she said. No more. It was what she got her, because she said in the beginning he was making the money in the beginning.
Right. And then when she got on her feet, she did what most of them do. But she sounds young. That's why I give credit. A girl who's young, they haven't figured out life yet. But
that's exactly why I said that the interdependency between a couple is best when the man is, because if I make more money than you and you're my girl, I'm not going to leave you because I make more money than you, because I embrace taking responsibility. I embrace you depending on me because it makes me feel like a man. It makes me feel needed. And in exchange, then you do your job as a woman. But that's more of a conservative view, right? What a lot of girls think is, as soon as I make more money than him, I'm better than him. They perceive themselves to be better than you. Therefore, they no longer need you. Because if you're not a provider, what are you? Know what I mean? But hey, modern problems, right? But if you like the content, subscribe, share, like, comment, and I'll see you next time. Peace.